What's up guys, welcome back to our channel Ricoma TV. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a topic that is very popular amongst apparel decorators, which is starting an embroidery business. Today, we're going to be covering 5 compelling reasons why embroidery businesses are so popular and why it's the perfect time to start one now. All right, before we dive into the video, since we're here at the beautiful Bayside shops in Miami, Florida, let's just walk around and take a look at how popular apparel decoration is, especially in the areas where there's a lot of tourists and gift shops. All right, come on and follow me. We can already see there's a ton of apparel, especially with things with Miami Beach. These are more printed. You have hats over here that are definitely embroidered. These are rhinestones as well. So you can see from screen printing to embroidery to even, come and check this out. You have chenille embroidery on a hoodie. And these are going for $35 for a simple chenille design that can be done on a specialized machine. So it really shows the variety of apparel that is available. A lot of it is done with embroidery. All right, so we also have this shop right behind me here that does embroidery on the fly. So come and check this out. Not only do you have a lot of hats that are kind of pre-made with designs on them that you can just pick off the shelf. But you also, what's cool about this is you can pick blank apparel to actually embroider a logo or a design of your choice on the fly. So probably takes about 10 minutes to 15 minutes to do depending on the design. But you can pick from these like sun hats, you can pick these caps of different sizes, even kind of like cowboy hats that you can choose from. So really the sky's the limit as to what can be possible and what can be embroidered on. So these type of business models are also very, very popular, not only selling apparel that's already decorated, but decorating something that is personalized for the customer. All right, we're gonna try to pick out a hat to embroider. Let's see here. A bunch of hats. Are there any ones with Ricoma colors? That would be perfect. Oh, here we go. Look at this one. Orange and gray. Perfect. So we're gonna try to just embroider something on this and just show you guys how easy and quick it is to get something like this done. Yeah, so something like this, guys, costs $50 just to get a simple name on that. So you can see the profit potential of what is possible. So because it is so personalized and you're picking out not only your hat, but your custom logo or your custom font, it's very tailored to what you want. So with that, it comes a premium, and it's, that's what embroiderers make a lot of the money off of. But that's why it's also so profitable and why a lot of people want to get into the industry. So they told us that the time process for this will probably take about 10 minutes, which is fairly accurate for a simple, text design on a hat. Final product. Took less than 10 minutes to do, and $50 of revenue. Right? Probably cost less than $6-7 on the cost. So definitely huge margins. All right, now that we got this hat done, let's get back to the studio and really dive into the 5 compelling reasons why you should start an embroidery business now. Come on, let's go back. All right, you guys, now that we're back inside the studio, let's go over the 5 reasons why an embroidery business is both popular and very lucrative for entrepreneurs to get started with. The first reason being embroidery has a huge demand across the board. In fact, we have a saying here internally at Ricoma that as long as people wear clothes, we're gonna be in business. And since I don't see people not wearing clothes anytime soon, the demand for custom apparel and therefore embroidery is always going to be there. Especially nowadays, people love to have clothing that expresses themselves and show some personality, as well as personalized items that they can wear that no one else has. But wait, that's only one side of the overall market, the personalization side. On the other hand, businesses will always need custom apparel for branding purposes. So whether it's going to be uniforms for your staff or t-shirts and hats for a special event that you're hosting, the demand for custom apparel and embroidery is always going to be there from the business side as well. Another interesting thing is that custom apparel and embroidery is very very resilient to tough economic times. This is because there's always a demand for advertising and branding, especially during economic downturns, because savvy businesses will actually try to advertise and grow their way out of a recession. And what's critical for these businesses during a downturn is having revenue and sales, and therefore branding is super important for them to be able to grow out of that downturn. So because of all of the demand across different industries that never goes away, and on top of that, the fact that embroidery has higher perceived value because of its intricate designs, embroidery is able to generate a huge profit for decorators that choose that as one of their apparel decoration methods. The second reason why embroidery is so widespread and popular is because of e-commerce opportunities. Decades ago, it might have been necessary for you to have a brick and mortar storefront in order for you to start an embroidery business. But nowadays, with the rise of e-commerce, embroidery and custom apparel has opened up vast opportunities for small business owners. People have grown tremendously by having their own store on platforms like Shopify, or even just taking advantage of online marketplaces like Etsy. Apparel decorators can also join our online platform called Garmio, where orders are being routed to you to fulfill. If you're interested to sign up to be a vendor for Garmio, there is a whole vetting and application process, but you can apply down in the links below. The ability to showcase and sell your embroidery services online provides an accessible and scalable way for you to connect with customers, whether they're local or international. Moving on to reason number 3, which is embroidery has a really low cost of supplies and overhead. One of the most frequent questions I get asked when people try to get into the apparel decoration industry is how much would it cost me on an ongoing basis for my supplies? And it's a very natural question to ask because people want to know their ongoing costs to make sure that they can turn a profit. Well, you'll be surprised to know that embroidery has one of the lowest cost of supplies amongst all of the different apparel decoration methods. In fact, even with the inflation that has been happening over the last several years and therefore increasing some of the thread costs over time, the thread cost when broken down per item is still very negligible and only has risen by a couple of pennies. I've actually done a video on this channel doing a deeper dive on the impact of inflation on thread costs when broken down on a per item basis. So if you're interested to check out that video, I put it in the card above and down in the links below. On top of that, not only are the variable costs of supplies super low for embroidery, the overhead for embroidery is also low given the compact nature of some of these single head machines that people start out with. Therefore, you don't need a huge space to put these machines, and that's why a lot of people starting out in embroidery actually operate out of their garage. The fourth reason why now more than ever is a great time to get started in the embroidery business is because of all the technological advancements in embroidery that has been happening over the decades. These technological advancements in embroidery machines have sped up the production time and therefore shortened the turnaround time that embroiderers can churn out and fulfill orders. These faster and more robust machines doing most of the work for you allows embroiderers to focus more on their business, generating more revenue and providing top-notch service to their customers to continue to grow their businesses. The most leading and advanced embroidery machines on the market today come equipped with the latest technologies of touchscreen panels and super friendly user interfaces for embroiderers to not only learn but operate. Because of the user-friendly interface that these top machines come equipped with, the learning curve for new embroiderers has drastically shortened, allowing more and more people to get access to embroidery machines and start their embroidery journey. In fact, for those of you that don't know, here at Ricoma, we've recently launched our newest 10S fully responsive touchscreen control panels for all of our embroidery machines. These sleek 10-inch touchscreen control panels are essentially like tablets equipped on your embroidery machines that has a ton of features that was never seen before on the market. Not only is it Wi-Fi compatible, so you can connect your computer directly to your machine using Wi-Fi, but also it has a ton of other design management features that allows you to combine different files or even sort and search for the different file names into different folders. To check out the full list of cool features that are packed into the 10S control panel, make sure to click this link in the card above or check them out in the description below. All right, last but not least, reason number 5 is that embroidery has a super supportive community and a ton of resources. Experienced embroiderers and apparel decorators are more than willing to provide support and answer any questions for newbies coming into the industry. And one of the reasons why I believe that is the case is because embroiderers know that the embroidery industry is so huge with its huge demand, and therefore the pie is big enough for everyone to have a share. I see this day in and day out across Facebook groups and different online communities. When someone asks a question in an online forum or on a Facebook group, whether it is a question about what kind of supplies to use for a particular embroidery project, or not knowing how to do something, or a question on a particular machine, there are more than enough apparel decorators in the embroidery industry that are willing to answer those questions. Many times, people even share their work to get feedback or to showcase what they've been able to do, and other embroiderers are very supportive of people showing their work and even answer questions about how to price particular items and show support for the type of embroidery that apparel decorators are doing. Beyond the online communities where you can get peer-to-peer assistance, there's also a ton of resources online, many of which we produce here at Ricoma to help new and experienced embroiderers along their journey. For example, we have a free online profit calculator, which stemmed from the questions that we get asked repeatedly about how to price my embroidery services and how much profit potential I can have within embroidery. This free online calculator allows you to plug in the numbers for your cost, whether it be your machine or your supply cost, and different variables that you can input that allows you to see what is the optimal pricing for that piece of item. If you want to check out how that calculator works, I put that in the card above and down in the links below. Other resources that we've made here at Ricoma to help embroiderers include the Ultimate Embroidery Cheat Sheet. This cheat sheet compiles the top 50 most commonly used fabrics that embroiderers embroider on, and what are the different types of needles and backing that you should use to achieve the most optimal results for that particular fabric. This is one of our super popular downloads, and thousands of people have already gotten this cheat sheet, and like I said, it's absolutely free, so if you want to check it out, you can download it in the card above or in the description below. Alright, so in conclusion, the convergence of a booming market for personalized products, technological innovations, and the vast opportunities offered by e-commerce all makes now the perfect time to turn your embroidery aspirations into a thriving business. So whether you're driven by entrepreneurship or just a love for craftsmanship, starting an embroidery business now can unlock a world of possibilities. All right, you guys, that's it for us for today. If you found this information helpful, give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you keep up to date with the latest videos as soon as they come out. Oh, and don't forget to join our free Facebook group where you can connect with tens of thousands of apparel decorators sharing their tips and tricks in the industry. And just as I mentioned before, the online community and the ecosystem and all of the resources contained within are super critical for your success in the embroidery world. Last but not least, make sure to follow us on all of our social channels down below. We're very active on Instagram and on TikTok for some entertaining content. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Happy holidays, and see you back here in 2024.